You drop into the driver's seat, pull the shifter down into drive, and hit the gas. It feels completely foolproof, right? Automatics are designed to be idiot-proof, or so the dealerships want you to believe. But that false sense of security is exactly why so many drivers are unknowingly shredding the internals of their transmissions, boiling their brake fluid, and setting themselves up for a massive repair bill that could easily hit 4 or 5 grand. We do things every single day out of pure habit that put immense stress on the complex hydraulic systems and planetary gears hiding under the floorboards. I see it all the time in the shop, and the damage is absolutely brutal. Today we are tearing down the worst habits you need to break immediately if you want your automatic transmission to actually survive. Let us kick things off with a classic myth that refuses to die. A lot of old school drivers still believe that bumping the shifter into neutral while coasting down a long, steep hill is a brilliant way to save gas. Back in the days of carburetors, maybe that made sense. But in any modern vehicle built in the last couple of decades, doing this is incredibly dangerous and mechanically useless. Modern engine control modules completely cut the fuel injectors when you are coasting downhill in gear. The momentum of the wheels keeps the engine turning, meaning you are literally burning zero fuel. If you drop it into neutral, the engine actually has to start using fuel again just to maintain its idle speed. Worse than that, you completely lose engine braking. Now, your heavy SUV or truck is relying 100% on the mechanical brakes to slow down. If you ride those brakes all the way down a mountain pass, you are going to overheat the brake fluid, glaze the pads, and experience terrifying brake fade. Plus, when you reach the bottom of the hill and slap it back into drive while moving at 60 miles per hour, you are violently shocking the transmission clutch packs. Then you have the people who treat their daily commute like a go-kart track by driving with 2 feet, one foot hovering over the gas, the other permanently resting on the brake pedal. This is an absolute nightmare for your car. Automatics are specifically engineered to be operated with your right foot only. When you hover that left foot over the brake, you are almost always applying a tiny amount of pressure without even realizing it. This means you are constantly dragging the brake pads against the rotors while the engine is trying to push the car forward. It creates a massive amount of friction and heat, warping your rotors and boiling your brake fluid. In a panic situation, muscle memory completely betrays 2-foot drivers. Instead of lifting off the gas and hitting the brake, their brain panics and they stomp on both pedals simultaneously. The engine is screaming, the brakes are locking up, and the car computer has no idea what you actually want it to do. Keep that left foot planted firmly on the dead pedal where it belongs. Before we get into the really nasty mechanical damage you might be doing to your engine internals on a freezing morning, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. It helps keep the garage lights on and make sure you never miss out on these money-saving mechanical deep dives. Now let us talk about freezing cold mornings. The temperature drops into the low 20s Fahrenheit, you fire up the engine, and to get the heater blasting faster, you just sit there and park and rev the absolute life out of the motor. This is mechanical torture. When an engine has been sitting overnight, all the oil drains down into the oil pan. In freezing weather, that oil gets thick and sluggish. When you immediately rev a cold engine, you are forcing the pistons, rings, and cylinder walls to move at high speeds without proper lubrication. Essentially, scraping bare metal on bare metal. For an automatic transmission, it is just as bad. The transmission fluid needs time to circulate through the valve body and warm up to proper operating temperature. The smartest thing you can do is start the vehicle, let it idle for about 30 seconds to get the oil pressure up, and then simply put it in gear and drive gently. Keep the RPMs low for the first few miles. Driving puts a load on the entire powertrain, bringing both the engine oil and the transmission fluid up to temperatures much faster and safer than sitting in the driveway revving the engine like a maniac. Speaking of revving the engine, there is a stunt that a lot of younger drivers pull that will instantly send your transmission to the scrapyard. It is called a neutral drop. This is when you put the shifter in neutral, mash the gas pedal to the floor until the engine is bouncing off the rev limiter, and then violently yank the shifter down into drive so the tires spin. Do not ever do this. An automatic transmission uses fluid pressure to engage a series of friction clutches and steel plates. When you do a neutral drop, you are taking an engine spinning at 5,000 RPMs and slamming all that rotational force directly into stationary transmission components. It is the equivalent of taking a sledgehammer to your planetary gears. You will snap the input shaft, shred the clutch packs, or completely blow the transmission case apart. If you want to launch your car quickly, just hold the brake firmly with your left foot, apply a little bit of throttle to load up the torque converter, and then release the brake. It is called brake boosting, and while it still causes wear, it will not instantly explode your gearbox like a neutral drop. Another quick way to destroy your gearbox is treating your standard commuter sedan like a lifted off-road rig. When you encounter a flooded street after a massive storm, the smartest move is to turn around. Automatic transmissions have breather vents located near the top of the casing. These vents allow the transmission to release expanding hot air and pressure as the fluid heats up. If you plunge your hot transmission into deep, freezing flood water, it rapidly cools the casing. This creates a vacuum effect that literally sucks the floodwater right in through that breather tube. Water is the absolute worst enemy of an automatic transmission. The moment water mixes with the transmission fluid, it turns into a thick pink, strawberry milkshake-like sludge. The water dissolves the water-soluble glue that holds the friction material onto your clutch plates. Within a few miles, your transmission will slipping wildly, and you will be looking at a complete rebuild that will easily cost you over $3 grand. Unless you are driving a specialized truck with extended breather tubes routed up into the engine bay, stay out of the deep water. Here is a subtle mistake that happens constantly when people are rushing. You pull into your driveway, you are in a hurry, and you hit the engine start-stop button while the car is still in drive or reverse, completely forgetting to put it in park. On a lot of older automatics, doing this cuts the hydraulic pressure to the transmission instantly while the mechanical components are still engaged. It leaves the transmission in a weird state of limbo and puts unnecessary strain on the internal linkages. Plus, if you take your foot off the brake, the car is going to start rolling away because the parking pawl has not been engaged. Modern vehicles have electronic shifters that will automatically slam the car into park if you turn the engine off in gear, but you should not rely on that safety net. It is a terrible habit. The sequence should always be the same. Keep your foot on the brake, shift the car all the way into park, pull the electronic or manual parking brake, and then shut the engine down. Let us expand on that parking sequence, because the absolute most common mistake almost everyone makes is ignoring the parking brake entirely. Most drivers just throw the shifter into park and take their foot off the brake pedal. You will usually feel the car rock forward or backward a couple of inches before it aggressively bounces and stops. When you do that, you are resting the entire weight of a 4,000-pound vehicle on a tiny piece of metal inside the transmission called the parking pawl. It is basically a little metal pin roughly the size of your pinky finger that drops into a notched gear to lock the output shaft. If you park on a steep hill and do this, the sheer weight of the car jams that pin into the gear so hard that when you come back and try to shift out of park, you have to use two hands and violently yank the shifter, resulting in a horrible loud clunk. That clunk is the sound of metal grinding against metal. Over time, you can bend or completely snap the parking pawl, and your car will literally roll away down the hill. Always apply the parking brake first while your foot is still holding the brake pedal down. Let the heavy steel cables and rear brake calipers hold the weight of the car. Then gently shift into park. If you drive a modern car, there is a very high chance it has a turbocharged engine. Automakers have been putting smaller turbocharged engines into almost everything to meet fuel economy standards while maintaining horsepower. But turbochargers introduce an immense amount of heat into the engine bay. They are driven by hot exhaust gases and spin at well over 100,000 RPMs. If you have just been driving aggressively, towing a heavy load, or blasting up a steep mountain highway, your turbocharger is glowing red hot. The biggest mistake you can make is pulling into a parking spot and instantly shutting the engine off. When the engine stops, the oil pump stops. The oil that was flowing through the turbo to keep its bearings cool and lubricated is suddenly trapped inside that blistering hot housing. The heat literally cooks the oil, turning it into hard abrasive carbon deposits. This is called oil coking, and it will destroy your turbo bearings in no time. If you have been running the car hard, let it idle in park for about 1 to 2 minutes before turning the key off. This allows fresh oil and coolant to circulate and bring the core temperature of the turbo down to a safe level. We are about to cover the absolute worst thing you can possibly do to your automatic transmission, a mistake that happens every single day in parking lots across the country and causes instant catastrophic damage. But right before we break down that transmission killer, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the community so you never miss a mechanical breakdown. The absolute most destructive habit in the book is shifting gears while the vehicle is still moving. You see it all the time when people are parallel parking or backing out of a driveway. They throw the car into reverse, back up, and while the car is still rolling backwards at 2 or 3 miles per hour, they slam the shifter into drive and hit the gas. Or they pull into a parking spot and throw it into park before the car has completely stopped moving. You hear that awful ratcheting, grinding noise coming from under the floorboards. An automatic transmission uses rotational mass and fluid dynamics to operate. When you change directions while rolling, you are forcing the internal clutch packs to stop the entire physical momentum of the heavy vehicle, reverse the rotational direction of the heavy internal steel drums, and push the car the other way. This generates a massive amount of extreme friction, burning up the clutch material and shearing the splines right off the input shafts. The transmission is designed to change gears, it is not designed to be a brake for the vehicle. You must use the actual brake pedal to bring the car to a complete absolute dead stop before you ever move that shifter from reverse to drive or from drive to park. It takes 1 extra second of patience and saves you from a total catastrophic transmission failure. Finally, let us talk about the biggest lie the automotive industry has ever sold you, and that is the concept of lifetime transmission fluid. If you look at the maintenance schedule in the owner manual of many modern cars, The manufacturer claims the transmission is a sealed unit filled with lifetime fluid that never needs to be checked or changed. That is absolute corporate garbage. What they really mean by lifetime is the lifespan of the factory warranty. They want the car to get past the 60 or 70,000 mile mark without costing them a dime in complimentary maintenance, and after that, when the transmission grenades itself, it is entirely your financial problem. Transmission fluid breaks down over time from heat and shearing forces. The additive packages wear out and the fluid fills up with microscopic metal shavings from normal gear wear. If you want your automatic transmission to easily blow past 200,000 miles, ignore the lifetime fluid myth. You need to do a simple drain and fill on the transmission fluid every 40 to 60,000 miles. Do not use a high-pressure flush machine. Just pull the drain plug, drop the pan, change the internal filter if it has one, and refill it with the exact manufacturer-specified fluid. Clean fluid is the absolute lifeblood of your gearbox. Driving an automatic does not mean you can just turn your brain off behind the wheel. A little mechanical sympathy goes a long, long way. By taking an extra second to come to a complete stop, using your parking brake correctly, and ignoring the lifetime fluid nonsense, you are going to keep your vehicle running smoothly for decades. Now, I want to hear what is going on in your own garage. Head down to the comments right now and tell me what kind of vehicle you are driving, what kind of miles per gallon you are getting on your daily commute, or if you have any strange check engine light codes popping up. Let us get a massive conversation going down there so we can figure it out together. Hit that subscribe button one last time, smash the like button if this video saved you some cash, and I will see you in the next garage breakdown.